I predict that Andy Warski is on such a downtrend mentally and physically that within the next 7 years, Andy Warski will have AIDS.
I need some dick now.
Andy and Ethan in Knoxville were together.
I'm getting dick tonight. I'm getting dick right now. After the show, I'm getting dick. I want to put a dick inside of me. Preferably Ethan Ralph's dick. What up? Hey, I'm sucking dicks all night. What up? Hey.
How long can you hold your breath? What is going on here?
I'm sucking dicks all night. Dicks all night. Oh, yeah, I'm sucking dicks all night. I'm getting dick tonight.
From what I understand, even though Ethan's the bottom, Ethan gets around.
Maybe there's no such thing as a bottom and a top. Maybe we could be both.
Ethan told me that, when he was in jail, he just discovered a different facet of himself.
There were some rough dudes in there.
What up? Hey. I'm sucking dicks all night. Dicks all night. What up? Hey. I'm sucking dicks all night. I'm getting dick tonight. What up? Hey. I'm sucking dicks all night. Dicks all night. What up? Hey. I'm sucking dicks all night. I'm getting dick tonight.
Twilight Sparkle is the best pony.
Episode 45, Afternoon Wave. What is up, guys? Well, I figured, why not add a classic to the repertoire of music? And, well, now that's in it. So, there you go. Because Andy's getting dicks all night, guys. Oh, what is good? What is going on, everyone? See, if all these other people didn't cover the goddamn Terminator trailer, I was going to cover it, but so many people covered it. I'm like, ugh, I don't want to be on what everyone else is doing. So, oh, yup. Hello. How are you guys doing today? Oh, who's Don the Plebe? I don't know. Apparently you're Don the Plebe, according to others. Oh, what's up, Nick Rodriguez? Thanks for joining. We have a very good chat here and a great audience, so enjoy. We don't ban here. There's no banning going on here. I want to see what we want to get into first. Should we? Nah, because if we start with AOC, then it's like we got to stretch and figure out what the hell else we're going to talk about, because that bitch is just crazy. Yeah. Let's start with stupid. Let's start with, well, as stupid as AOC, I guess. Oh, you're a piece of shit, apparently? Oh. Apparently Frozen's a piece of shit, guys, just so you know. So Monday we'll have a regularly timed show because they're actually going to have me start Tuesday because Monday is Memorial Day. And so, yeah. Oh, let's take a look at, Sheila Jackson Lee. Oh, Sheila Jackson Lee. Sheila Jackson Lee demands internal task force to investigate child's deaths. Then she's reminded it already exists. God, some people who are, most of our elected officials are just fucking idiots. Can they, oh man. Oh, can they be, can they be educated in some way? Texas Democrat Sheila Jackson Lee demanded there be an internal DHS task force to investigate child migrant deaths, but then was informed that such an entity already exists. I believe there should be an internal task force set up dealing with children's deaths, Jackson Lee said Wednesday during a House Homeland Security meeting. She was speaking to Kevin McAleen, something like that, the acting secretary of DHS. My question to you is, will you set up an internal task force to deal with these deaths, to find solutions, what should be put in place? The acting DHS secretary then informed Jackson Lee that the task force she was describing already exists within the department. We already have internal task forces working with these issues, McLeanan, that's how I'm going to say it, responded. In response, Jackson Lee asked for names of individuals involved because Americans are outraged. The exchange follows the death of a 16-year-old Guatemalan migrant who passed away while in Border Patrol custody. The Guatemalan boy was apprehended on May 13th for illegally crossing the U.S. border near Hidalgo, Texas. He was diagnosed with the flu and prescribed medicine after telling medical staff he didn't feel well. However, he was found unresponsive by Monday morning while in Weslaco. Jesus Christ, the name's in Texas. Weslaco Station in Texas. I have a sound piece of advice that we won't have to worry or provide medical to any of these people or worry about them dying in custody. You just don't jump the border. Don't jump the border. It's not, no, it's not Waco. Waco, it's WASCO. That's not how you say Waco, is it? I thought Waco was just WACO. This is the word.
Now you're banned. And it's a band.
Oh, thanks for following over on D Live.
Now you're banned.
What up, D Live? Thanks for it. Trying to make me pronounce things correctly. Jesus Christ, Frozen. Oh, Frozen. Yeah. Who looks like the smart Asian now? Huh? Me. I'm the smart Asian now. I know how to say Waco. Yeah. Dick. Fucking Frozen. Following news of the boy's death, Customs and Border Protection immediately announced that an independent and thorough review of the circumstances would be conducted. The facility that housed him has since stopped taking in new migrants after a high number of detainees began reporting flu-like symptoms. Well, it's like homeless shelters. You put a bunch of people in there who are potentially sick, or one person who's sick, a bunch of people together. People are going to get sick. You don't know what diseases are being carried across. We can't control that. So you put them in a place to figure out what the hell you're going to do with them, and people start getting sick and dying. You need that investigated? I could tell you that right away. Fucking Jackson Lee, you retard. The boy's death, the fifth in Border Patrol custody since December, has sparked renewed outrage from Democratic lawmakers. Hey, I have the easiest way for you guys to solve this. Fix the border issue. Then they can die on their side of the wall. Like, that's come on. It's not fucking rocket science, guys. It's not rocket science. You don't have to worry about if people are gonna die or not. If they're not coming over. You guys could fix this issue by actually, giving some money for the wall, giving some money for enhanced border security, other things. But no, that's rocket science, guys. It's rocket science, and it's too hard for Jackson Lee to figure out. She'd rather start a new task force that, I don't know, wastes money investigating shit they don't need to be investigating. But yeah, that's how it is, guys. Hey, like the stream, share the stream. It's the best way to support the stream outside of your hard-earned money. Easy click. And it just, take your fingers out of your butt and fucking click the like button. McLeanan said that DHS is already working to beef up medical resources to better accommodate the huge influx of families and children arriving at the border, informing Jackson Lee that 55 medical professionals are on board in El Paso alone to care for migrants. These tragedies are devastating to us, and they are avoidable, the DHS security said. During the hearing, he used the time with lawmakers to not only request additional funds to address the crisis, but also called for legislative reforms to allow immigration officials to have additional authorities when handling unaccompanied minors. Our immigration system is full, and we are well beyond our capacity every stage of the process, he said. Oh, yeah. Give them some money. Let them do their job. It's not that hard, guys. Oh, it is when you're Jackson Lee and you're a fucking idiot. Oh, man. Okay. If they come across, then it becomes our responsibility, right? We understand that because of the way you guys have this shit system set up. Now, what you could do is give them the resources, the manpower, the defensive structures. Let's not call it what they don't like. Let's build a defensive structure that keeps out the Mongolians, and then you can not have to worry about them dying. Then it won't be our shit to deal with. It's the easiest way to fix it. You want a task force? How many people? Okay, let's say you add 10 medical professionals at, I don't know, $200,000 a year. Because, they're making lots of money and it's government and they love wasting money. That's what, $2 million? $2 million bucks, right? $2 million you could spend on something other than dealing with their medical issues. They're not our problem. No, they're not our problem. That's the thing. But once they get here, the government and us and stupid Americans who don't want to actually alleviate the situation by, I don't know, fixing said situation, won't do anything about it. They won't do anything about it. So they get mad when people die. They get mad when people, who have the flu and probably suffered their whole journey. If he's from Guatemala and he walked or even traveled all that way, that's a long journey. That's a pretty fucking long journey. And, well, you're going to get sick. What up, Solo Blue? So, I don't know. There's so many other ways around this stupid situation. And people could actually take the time and fix it. But they don't want to do that. That's too simple, guys. It's too easy to actually fix it by, I don't know, fixing it. No. Yeah, they don't. That's the thing, is the problem doesn't want to be solved. Yeah, and we can't even keep our own citizens from having the flu. Well, the flu is a bug that's always going to adapt and change and adjust, and that's why you see big pandemic situations when strains get out of control, like swine flu, bird flu, that shit. It's when because we do all the things we can to alleviate the issue as humans, and what happens. What up, Guillermo? I'm still invested in bird flu. Well, hopefully it'll take out, these survival of the fittest. I have not once, and I'll say this proudly, I have not once gotten a flu shot and will never. The hell is, hold on. That was weird. Huh. I was getting a weird pop-up that said connecting. Anyways, and it wasn't OBS. No matter what, the more you immunize yourself when it comes to things like flu and stuff, you're never going to be able to fight it off. Your body's never going to have the natural remedies. I don't get the flu very often. I get it maybe once every other year. Why? Because I'm not fucking a kid, and I'm not hanging around and licking doorknobs or fucking putting my hands in my mouth. I don't know. Check Task Manager. What are you talking about? What? Check Task Manager. Oh, no. It wasn't anything to do with that. It was something to do with it was on the actual chat page and everything like that. I didn't see anything in regards to Windows. It wasn't Windows related. I caught the swine flu when I was working for a Mexican airline. It's like the regular flu, but with more diarrhea. Yeah. It seems like your body is going to be more willing to fight things off. Let bubonic plague burn through California, get rid of some of the idiot snowflakes. Well, I mean, shit. Who knows at this point in time, right? If you're susceptible to getting sick, if you have a lower immunity and your immune system is just shot, yeah, you're going to get sick. So who cares? If you're crossing, I'd say like 1,000 miles, maybe more. I don't know the distance from Guatemala to Texas, but you're more than likely going to get sick. You're out in the elements. You have nowhere to stay. So why are they acting like this is some shock? This isn't shocking to anyone. Yes, people are going to get sick. They could be bringing God only knows what diseases up and die. So don't get mad because, DHS didn't do enough for them. They gave them medicine. They gave them a place that's covered. And they also put them in a room with a bunch of other people who may be diseased. Who cares? Who cares? Not to sound like an asshole, but that's one less illegal we have to deal with. That's fucked up, but it's true. And yes, human life matters, but go matter to Guatemala, not to me. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I don't care. You know why? Because I have to worry about my own shit. I have to worry about people in my life that matter. You guys have to worry about people in your life that matters. Do you have to worry about some God-forsaken nobody? Someone you don't know? No, that's not your responsibility. Oh, but if people were more nice and gave up some of their money. Hey, Cortez, give your paycheck to fucking all the people at the border. Huh? They could have like 1 million pesos. I mean, that's like $5, but give them each $5 and they'll be able to get themselves a BK stacker. You're worried about Avenatti. Oh yeah, I forgot to pull that up. I had saved that, but hadn't pulled it up yet. I meant to have that lined up to play. I don't know. Yeah, matter to fucking your country. Okay. I haven't heard that Guatemala is war-torn or anything like that. I could be mistaken. And obviously, I'm just talking from myself. But why? You don't need refugee status. And Cap Gamma? No. No, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. It's not my responsibility. It never will be. I pay my taxes, and I need my taxes to go to things that matter for people who are citizens here. That's what matters to me. Spend the money I pay into taxes on things that matter, not fucking other people from other countries. I don't give a shit about them. There's so many things like, hey, fuck faces. How about you stop spending money? How about you stop spending the money that you could spend on, I don't know, the massive issues in states where there's massive homeless. I don't know, like California. Deal with the California homeless before you start wanting to bring in and deal with a bunch of other people who have no homes, who are going to mooch off the system. Deal with those fools first. Come on. Jesus. It's not fucking rocket science, guys, but Yeah, exactly. Fuck your problems. I have my own to deal with. It's not rocket science. I'm sure most of you guys wouldn't give two shits about my personal issues, my personal problems, none of that. So why should I care or you care about someone who okay, it's sad he died. It's a young person who died, and that's regrettable. But it's also a young person who took the risk. You took the risk, and your body wasn't well enough off, okay? Sorry. It's not hard, okay? There we go. Stay where you belong. Stay in your country. Okay, it's war-torn. Well, fucking pick up a gun. Fucking, I don't care. I don't care. None of us should have to care. Jesus.
Well, for a lot of calendar year 2000.
Oh, by the way, we're going to flip away from illegal craziness and people dying on the border and Jackson Lee complaining about it. Let's talk about Avenatti. Mr. Creepy. I'm going to illegally try and go after Nike porn lawyer.
2018, the creepy porn lawyer was a bona fide star on cable news. CNN had him on so often, he brought a covered dish to the company picnic. Over on MSNBC, familiarity.
Yes, but that kid came across alone. That's my thing. It was an unaccompanied person coming across alone, so we don't know that he was forced to come. I mean, honestly. He was 16 years old. He's old enough to make his own decisions. Down in that region of South America, you're old enough to fucking drink. If you can't say, Mom, Dad, get fucked, I'm going to stay down here and not die, well, not my problem. As for the kids at the border, I'm sorry. I feel bad, and I can feel for them. But you know what? It's not our responsibility. It's not our responsibility. You're old enough to take care of yourself at that age. You're old enough to drink down in your countries. So go get a fucking job. Sell chicle on the side of the roads to fucking white tourists. I don't fucking know. But do something other than fucking die on your way up here. And then we have people like fucking this DHS's fault. No, motherfucker. It's a long journey and fucking crazy fucking living on the road and being out in the elements. So, come on.
Bred enchantment. They were starting to worship the guy.
He's a beast.
He's a beast, and he keeps popping Donald Trump and all of his folks in the mouth. John Meacham says he may be the savior of the republic.
I owe Michael Avenatti an apology. For the last couple of weeks, I've been saying, enough already, Michael. I've seen you everywhere. What do you have left to say? I was wrong, brother.
Oh, were you wrong? Were you wrong? And then he went and fucking tried to hold Nike up. And then he went and fucking going to jail.
Sincere question. How dumb would you have to be to find the creepy porn lawyer impressive? He was such a transparent fraud, such a total con, in it only for himself. There was no question about that, ever. We told him so directly the night he came to visit us on the show. Watch. You've profited from Stormy Daniels. You've done tens of millions of dollars worth of free media on the basis of your relationship with her, and she's working in strip clubs. You're exploiting her, and you know that. Why aren't you paying her some of what you're making?
Sir, this is absurd.
But answer my question. Why are you rich and your client is working in seedy strip clubs?
Sir, do you have any idea how much money I've earned?
You're on every cable show. You're running for president now.
You have no idea.
Well, I know that you haven't paid your taxes. Like so many lawyers, you were taking advantage of her. And you pose as a feminist hero because you are shameless and the other channels let you get away with it. But you're an exploiter of a woman, and you should be ashamed of it. We hate to brag, almost never do, but tonight we're going to make a rare exception. We were right about him. Today, the creepy porn lawyer was indicted on a new set of criminal charges. They allege that he defrauded, yes, Stormy Daniels.
Oh, hold on. And obviously they're getting to that point, but Stormy Daniels, Teddy Spaghetti Breadsticks is telling us, says he made it all up. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Turns out he was not a feminist hero. According to the indictment, CPL forged her signature on a letter and then used it to steal her book advance. He blew that on hotels, restaurants, and things like that.
Whores.
All the while, Stormy Daniels worked in strip clubs to pay her bills. The creepy porn lawyer lived luxuriously on her misfortune. Is anyone outside of cable news surprised by this? Melissa Francis, co-host, outnumbered on this network. She's
got her eyes. Don't do your makeup that way. What is wrong with her eyes? They look fake as fuck. Jesus Christ, I can't look at her eyes. She's got it's the fucking Ark of the Covenant, dude. You're gonna melt.
She's a friend of ours, and she joins us tonight. Melissa, I know you are not surprised by this, but like the whole primetime lineup on a bunch of other channels must have their jaws open. They wanted him to be president.
Yeah, they were very excited about him, and you ran through the details very well, especially looking back at that interview and what you said and him saying, oh, no, I wasn't exploiting her. It turns out, right, that he was forging her name to divert funds that were coming to her for her book deal and putting them in his account. And he says, in his defense, he was tweeting today, basically, I was owed that because I was his lawyer. And then you say, well, then why did you have to forge her name? And then why then did you tell her, according to the criminal indictment from the Southern District, why did you tell her that the publisher refused to pay? He's lying to her, he's lying to everyone to divert the money, but his defense is, I was owed it. And that's just one of the small things. I mean, when you look through the whole thing, with Nike, he extorted Nike. He waited till earnings period. This is all alleged, and according to what the Southern District is saying, the feds are saying, but they claim that he waited until Nike's earnings period when they would be most vulnerable. And then he said, you have done wrong, and I am going to have a press conference if you don't hire me right now to audit your company for $20 million, and I'll be your internal counsel to audit your company and see, or the caveat was you can just give me $22 million and I'll be quiet and go away.
Oh, man. Grifter. Fucking grifter. Jesus Christ. You think him and Stormy Daniels banged it out? Their contract? Anyone?
Now, this is all in the paperwork that came out today that we read, and he's tweeting back in his defense, I will be exonerated, I was owed this money in all of these different cases. All told, he could go to jail for 404 years, and in my book, it's really not enough for everything that he did. I mean, he also had bank fraud, wire fraud, he filed for bankruptcy, he lied in that proceeding, all alleged, again, alleged. But this is a lot of piling on in California, in New York, all over the place. And it kind of hits on two themes that our viewers love here. Number one is hypocrisy. And that's what you really put out there when you had that interview with him, where he's standing there holier than thou, filled with sanctimony, saying, this person broke the law. This person is immoral. I'm standing up for what's right and the law and this and that. And here, he, according to these officials and these law enforcement officers, he's one of the biggest criminals and predators out there, according to what they're saying.
Poor CNN, poor MSNBC. Oh man, one of your contributors and your favorite for president, he's gonna be going to the pokey. Even if he plays it down, potentially 404 years. This nigga's gonna face like 100 years.
Other thing that I think is really interesting that your viewers love is the irony. Because you've got to think that he was doing this for a long time. I mean, there are many clients he's accused of defrauding, and he spent the money on Ferraris, they say, and on a private plane, they say. So he was living the lifestyle and defrauding people who were being paid for legitimate things. But he didn't get caught until he went all over television, till he was drunk on his own fame, and he had people like Stephanie Rule over there at MSNBC celebrating him, right? I mean, until he had people fun.
But where's their judgment? It was so obvious. Look, I actually feel sorry for him at this stage. I mean, there's clearly something wrong with him. I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but there's clearly something wrong. There always has been something wrong with the guy. And any person who spent 2 minutes with him would know that, and yet somehow they didn't know that.
Yeah, he just came off as weird. And I wasn't saying $100. I say 100 years. He'll be sitting on 100 years. The left can try to set him free, but with this much shit going on, with this big of an investigation and all that shit, he's not gonna get out in his lifetime. He'll die in prison. He's definitely not going to get pardoned by a Republican. And any Democrat who would be stupid enough to pardon him down the road as president would face huge issues. So, I don't know. I'm thinking he'll get 100 years. At a minimum, he'll probably get, 25 to 50. And how old's the guy? The guy looks like he's in his late 40s. He's going to come out, if he even comes out, if he doesn't get freaking Tyroned in the joint. And, well, he'll do 7 years? Nah. 7 years for how many charges he has and how many things, and up to 404 years. There's no way they'll go down that low. No way. It may be, Smollett was a different situation. That was fucking massively stupid and a huge issue. And that was one city and state's prosecution on him. This is federal. This is federal level. I mean, he's not going to sit in he's not going to sit in, I don't know, a pokey. He'll be in a white collar prison, but he'll do more than 7 years. Let's take wagers now, and we'll talk about it in the future once it comes out. I'm saying he's 48 years old. I'm saying he gets 25 years minimum. With how many charges he has, how much time is on the table, there's no way he can get any less. 35 years, you think, in the film? I'm saying, I think 25 years. Dag thinks 7. I don't know how many charges, but it adds up to fucking like 404 years. Paul the Saint saying 40 as in 40 years or 40 charges. Is he representing himself in court? He'd be stupid to.
These purveyors of facts.
Well, you know why? Because they were doing the work that they wanted done. He was out there doing the work.
Exactly.
He came up with someone to go after Brett Kavanaugh. I mean, he always had Stormy Daniels to go after the president. I mean, he was doing the bidding of what the other networks wanted, I guess.
Of course.
So they looked past it.
Doing the work of the Democratic Party.
I just think it's interesting that had he not gotten drunk on his own fame, he might have gotten away with it.
It's almost like a Scooby-Doo episode. If it weren't for you kids.
Those damn kids, right.
And your dog.
Right.
Melissa Francis.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I honestly think I think he should face, I don't know, at least 25 years, maybe more, for how many charges he has. That's the maximum, even if they run it consecutively. He's likely to get 50 years. Yeah, who knows? But he's not sitting in jail now, so he's not building up time served. He's going to fight it in court. So even still, think about it this way. Let's say he pleads out and it takes 2 to 3 years. That's still 2 to 3 years of his life that he's not getting to live, and he's dealing with this bullshit. And then he's going to face the actual times that he'll have to serve. He should get a minimum of 25 years. I personally think, with how many how many charges he has and everything like that, and the total amount if he got the maximum. Even if you go with the median, if you go with the average for the crime, he's probably gonna face, X amount of time over. It's not gonna be as little as 7 years, because he'll be disbarred. One, he'll lose that, so he has nowhere to go with that. he's gonna have to face this against, if he's going out, I don't know, he's charged in California, so he'll have to face a liberal, and New York, so he'll face a liberal judge and a liberal justice system. Because let's say they pull from the populace of like Los Angeles. I don't know where the court case will be held, but if they're pulling out of Los Angeles, you're going to have more people who are liberals. But the state may try and toss people who let political influence them and bias influence them. So who knows what kind of jury pool they would get? Because even if he does plea out, then he doesn't have to worry about the jury pool. But he's well known enough, and I don't. Did Avenatti promise Stormy a post of what was that? Sorry, it popped up on my screen and it went away. Did Avenatti promise Stormy a post if elected? Nudge, nudge. Haha. Okay, I'll stop. Yeah. Yeah. The post was she was gonna get Marilyn Monroe him. Toss it out because of my prison reform. Nah, he's a white guy. They'll fucking make an example out of him, especially in this day and age. What did Cauliflower do? Apparently it's racist. We're going to get into that shortly, but apparently Cauliflower is racist. At least according to the most brilliant woman on this side of the world. And if by brilliant, I mean stupid, idiot, dumb broad. I don't know how many of you guys who know who Amazing Lucas is. He does commentary, whatnot. So we're going to play a little bit of this because I want you guys to be filled in on the story. And he has the clip, and I couldn't find the actual clip that I wanted to show. This came out yesterday evening. It's about Target.
I'm not sure many of you guys have seen this video, but there's a video that's been circulating the interwebs. Now, this video is a video of a man who is, I'll say presumably a man, I don't want to misgender him. There is a person who is taking a video in a Target. And this individual seems to be taken aback that the fact that they have LGBT clothing in the kids section. He's like, you know what, I like Target, but this is too much, man. This is too much.
So now Target's been doing this for a few years, and especially like in high density population areas with a high populace of gay folks. This is what they're doing heavily. They're also in certain areas, they're also crossing over the kids' clothing department into each other. So boys and girls' clothing will be shelved and displayed in like together. There's no differentiating factor. So it's this weird push. I don't know why the fuck they're doing it. It's you can argue that, because boys can wear, or girls can wear boys' clothes. Okay, cool. But boys don't tend to wear girls' clothes unless their Desmond is amazing or someone else, right? So why in the fuck are you doing this? But, yeah.
All right, so I'm in Target, and they have children's clothes to support LGBT. I love Target, but this is just crazy. The fact that they would have this out here to support the LGBT community. Letting your children wear that's insane.
Now, I don't know about for you, but for me, you want to know what the crazy part is? I'm going to tell you. The crazy part is not that there's LGBT clothing in Target. No. That's not the crazy part. The crazy part is that this man would be labeled a homophilic. Because you have to think about it. You have to think about this. Think about the broad scope, about the broad picture. Is that, we have Desmond is amazing.
No, Lucas is not gay as far as I know. He's actually a woke black guy, bodybuilder guy. I don't know what he is, but he's not woke. Pardon me. He's based as fuck. Like he a lot of his shit he does is satirical. and then he'll point out shit.
What do you mean? We have drag time storytelling. What do you mean? We have, cartoons nowadays that are, suggesting children, well, this is what this is, and this is what the gender spectrum is, and all that. We have all of that. What do you mean? If anything, you need to be more progressive with your views. Such hatred and bigotry is not tolerated here in 2019. You can't tell me that is not what you would hear verbatim. You cannot tell me that's not the narrative. So if anything, this person would be seen as a hate monger.
So basically what he's saying is, because of how stupid it is, just because the guy is recognizing that this is weird for Target, and the fact that they're pushing the shit on kids as a massive corporation, is we should have seen it coming. That now, because of someone who notices it and points it out, he's going to be labeled as hateful, the guy who shot the footage.
Now, the thing is, many of you guys didn't seem to get the memo. This has been in the works for a very long time. This is all part of a plan. This is all part of an agenda that they've had in the works since the get-go. Here's the thing. Many people want to talk about,
let me live my life how I want to live, and you live your life how you want to live.
Okay. All right, fine. Now it's gotten to the point.
I just want to be accepted for who I am.
Okay, fine. Now it's gotten to the point where you now need to
tolerate, accept, and approve of what I do. Or you're either a transphobic, a homophobic, or a bigot. Pick your choice.
and people are like, well, where did this come from? This just blindsided us. What do you mean it blindsided you?
He's not wrong. It's funny to me, right? It's funny to me for the simple fact that it started out as we want to be accepted. Just let us live our lives. You live your life. Okay, you can live your life. I'll live mine. So if mine includes me not approving of your life and me maybe commenting on it or saying something negative about the way you're living your life, that's my life. You can do the same to mine, and actually you still do the same, and you still comment on straight people and blah-bitty. But now straight people and non-trans people can't do that to them anymore. It's hate speech. That's the whole thing that is getting progressively worse. They could say whatever they fucking want about straight people, about white people, about any minority that isn't, I don't know, far enough on the spectrum of hate, whatever they want to call their shit. If you're not minority enough, then you can be discounted. I don't know. Look what they're doing to Asians in college, etc.
Because back in the day, if your child were to come from the room talking about, Mommy, Daddy, I think I'm trans, the first words out of your mouth as a parent would be, shut up, go do your homework, you're still going to school, whether you study for the exam or not. And nowadays in 2019, when everybody is woke, if your child were to say something like that, and they bring it up to the teacher or the school therapist or whatever they got going on, and that therapist would bring it to you like, yo, we need to have a meeting. You sit down and have a meeting. Your son has brought to my attention that they may be trans, and I.
Isn't it true? Like, think about it. When we were kids, and anyone who can remember being a kid, what would you do if let's say you didn't get your homework done or you weren't feeling like going to school? You'd fake something, right? You'd fake something. Oh, I'm sick. You know, that kind of shit. You'd get out of school somehow. That's the same shit. They just know where to push the button now. Oh, I'm bisexual. That's the reason why I'm having such a hard time in school. I'm trans. That's why I can't take this test right now. It's affecting my mental well-being, and I'm 42% likely to off myself if I have to take this test.
I think after evaluating him, I think we need to put him on hormones because I think that is the best solution. Now, as a parent, you were to hear something like this, what do you do? What do you do at that point? That is a problematic situation in 2019 because the first thing is like, yo, shut up. My boy is a trans. Send his butt back up to social studies. There's a test going on. That's why he's coming up with all this nonsense, right? But then you would look like the evil parent. You would look like you weren't caring for your child's needs. You are denying his existence. You're denying who he is. And all they'd have to do is make one little call to Child Protective Services and be like, yo, and that'd be game over, right?
And in a lot of, Canada. Look at Canada. If you refuse, they're trying to push bills where if you refuse hormone treatment to your child after it's suggested by a medical professional, they can take the child away from you potentially. You have a lot of weird situations going on stateside where a teacher can call this out as, abuse. And so you lose your kid because you're like, no, I'm not doing that. They can make that decision once they're 18. Once they're old enough to make said decision. Once you can destroy your own body, then they can make that decision. Now, what happens when social services or child protective services gets called on parents who are allowing their kids to, dance at adult strip clubs? Well, we've seen nothing happens. It's just a bunch of hateful people because they don't understand my son Desmond. He's amazing and he can strip in front of anyone he wants because age is just a number, guys. And, he's just performing. It's just a costume change at a strip club that's for 21 and older people. Yeah, he's taking off clothes and switching into others, but it's just, there's nothing wrong with that. A bunch of, people in their 20s and 30s watching an 11-year-old strip. Nothing wrong with that, guys. You guys are fucking bigots.
Game over. Just like that. Because what have they established? You guys remember the whole born that baby, I was born that way. You guys remember that with Lady Gaga? How she rode the LGBT horse. She rode that horse all the way to stardom and fame. Now, some of you guys just thought that was a song. Yo, I just like that song. That song is awesome. The rest of us were like, no. They are setting precedent, pimpin'. That is what they are doing. They are setting precedent for future cases. And here we are. Because who are you to criticize them having LGBT clothing at Target? And some of the clothing is like, I have dads and stuff like that and all that. It's like, yo, why not? Why not? If these kids are actually born that way, then who are you to deny who they are? You speak to some adults who are like, well, I knew at like age 3 that this was my life. This was who I am.
Okay. I'm going to ask you guys, and I'm going to give you guys some time to respond. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember anything from age 3. If you can remember things from age 3, honestly, not stories that you've been told, but actual memories, not stories that you've heard, actual memories. 2 if you can't, because most people can't. The human brain does not work that way. And you guys are either a rarity or you're just lying to yourselves, and it's very, very vague and stories that you've heard, and then it kind of maybe clicks something. Most people do not and cannot recollect things from age 3. Tell me something you did at age 3 that was so detrimental, not detrimental, but so impressive that your memory put it together. Not many of you. All the ones, I'm going to bet you think it's a memory, but it's a story you've heard from family, an extended family, and 4 and 5 is when 4. I can remember things at 4, and they're not stories, actual situations, and it's just snippets. It's snippets of things going on. Like, I don't have hard memories of being 4. I started school, kindergarten at 5 because I'm a September kid. So I remember kindergarten and stuff like that. But 4, it's bits and pieces. And I have a great memory. But when it comes down to it, you tell me anyone who's like, I remember things at age 3, I remember things at age 2, you can get fucked. And I'm not saying that to you guys. You guys maybe you do have memories, but it's one of those things that it could be memories, but your parents told you about it, or you heard it from your grandma who told your cousin who told so-and-so. You started smoking it too. Jesus Christ. Oh, hold on. Ayatollah. Are you that little fat Chinese kid who smokes all the time? Oh, shit. At 3, one of the adults at daycare accused me of shitting in the hallway. A memory. But you wouldn't. What do you remember about your sexuality at age 3? There we go. Anyone who had a memory at age 3. What do you remember about your sexuality at age 3? Nothing. Because your brain didn't work that way as a child. You don't start seeing or feeling things like that until you're in your later single digits. Most people... I remember being in my dad's ball sack. Checkmate, bigot. You wouldn't remember anything about your sexuality because it's not programmed in humans that way. So anyone who says, oh, I knew I was gay at 3. No, you didn't, motherfucker. Your parents fucking told you what? Oh, you used to run around and play with dolls. You know what? What guy didn't? Oh, you used to play with Tonka trucks and toys. Oh, yeah. That makes you fucking lesbian. That makes you fucking trans. Whatever. You, Red Feather, didn't like boys until about 11. And that tends to be shortly before puberty. Unless you get, and I'm going to put this out there because it happens, unless you get sexualized at an early age, you do not have any kind of feelings in that regard until closer to puberty. If you're sexualized at an early age, then yes. Yes. Then you're more likely to have said thoughts at an earlier age. If you're having sexualized thoughts at age 3 and you can remember them, then you were molested. 100%. There's no fucking way you weren't. You know what I mean? So, anyways, let's continue.
Do they not say that though? I'm not mocking. I'm just saying, do they not say that? They've already set a precedent that they were born that way. Same thing with trans and what's going on now. There's a little pushback for that. There's a little pushback, little baby pushback. But there's pushback for that. Eventually.
Red Feather? No, who was shit? Hold on, where was it? At 9 months, I'm your Huckleberry. At 9 months, I know I was sucking titties. I mean, it was for health reasons or my mom's, but still, titties.
Eventually, it'll mull over and people are like, all right, fine. And the thing is, Target has been woke. I don't know why you guys are surprised with Target. You don't remember the whole ma'am policy they had with the bathroom? You don't remember that? I remember that very clearly. I remember that like crystal clear. The thing is, it's going to get to the point where the only enemy is you. That's where it's going to get. People think I'm joking. I'm not. It's going to get to the point where you're the one that's out of touch, where you're going to be the one that's on the wrong side of history. From what I'm hearing and the stuff I'm seeing, I'm just saying, it's about to get crazy. The fit is about to hit the shan. Anyways, guys, that's...
Yeah, and he's 100% correct. Honk Hill lost his virginity in the Boy Scouts. I'm sorry, dude. I can't tell if Red Feather's a girl or a guy, but either way, 17 till watching porn? Jesus Christ. You're probably my age or around my age, maybe younger, and you didn't watch porn till 17? Jesus Christ. Were you guys like not? Were you guys living in like fucking the Amish country? You didn't have the internet? Jesus Christ. Fuck you guys. Okay, yeah, 4, you might have memories. I agree with that. 4, I'm a girl assigned at birth. Oh, thanks. All right, we got a cis female in here who watched porn at 17. Congratulations. Jesus Christ. I was searching for porn in the woods. Dude, I remember at like 12. Me and my brother were messing around in my dad's room, and my mom and dad's room, obviously, but their room, and looking through shit, and we came across my dad's Playboy collection. So, 12, I remember seeing boobs, Playboy boobs. Porn used to be discovered in your uncle's, in your attic, or under your dad's bed, where he had his freaking Playboy magazines where he read the articles. Yeah, right. Paper porn, yeah. Dial up porn where you just wait and it's just tick, tick. The loading for images. You're like, it just starts slowing down right when you're about to see the best part, some boobies, and then there's no, it just slows the fuck down. You're like, God damn it. And it wasn't even video. It was just like image searches off of AOL. If I could take 8 years to load. I mean, just, understanding, but even still. Oh, fucking A, dude. I do not understand this thought process. I do not understand why we have to, like, we talked about it yesterday, the whole Arthur thing and this shit with, I don't know, man. Why do you need to expose kids to this kind of shit so early? Unless you're trying to indoctrinate them. They do not need to be exposed to this shit early. Sorry. That's the thing. Our sex ed books just had stick figures. No, your sex ed books, 12-pack, were drawn on fucking carved into cave walls, okay? It showed fucking the buffalo. I'm saying you're old. But no, hopefully sex with buffalo, yes. That was their porn back in his day. Buffalo sex. Fucking A. But no, can we please not stop? The dog's going crazy over there, fucking itching herself. Can we not sexualize kids at such an early age? I'm understanding of sex ed stuff in 8th grade. That's fine. Why would I wax my forehead? I know it's big, but why? It doesn't have hairs. It's a forehead. If anything, the hair is going this way. You get that, right? Don't forget to wax your butthole when your boyfriend decides to blow it out, Captain AIDS. Fucking A. Oh. But yeah, so don't do this shit to your kids. The one thing I will say, and potentially I hope it's just a trend that these younger kids and are acting this way because it's the cool thing to do, because they have friends who are, oh, I'm non-binary, trans exclusive, and I do all these things. Okay, cool. But then they grow up and aren't that, and realize that their parents were fucking shitty humans. Because you're seeing a huge push where like the 17 to 24 seem a lot more conservative in this day and age. The teenagers this day and age is fuck you, sicko, is not, they're not as liberal as they want. You know? Wax my unibrow. I don't have a unibrow. Ho. I barely have eyebrows. They're light because I'm blonde. Unibrow? I'm not Cortez. Get off it. Yeah. Still, don't forget to wax your butthole for your boyfriend. Show him your butthole. But yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully this heavy push, this fucking weird shit, and all these things that they're trying to do to these kids backfires in their face, and they resent the hell out of their parents. Desmond grows up to be a fucking, well, I mean, Desmond will probably grow up to be a fucking molester because of the fact that, I mean, he's got this shit forced on him. I guarantee you the parents are piggybacking off this shit. Now that he sees fame and all this shit, he's going to be a child star. He's going to be a child star. What if trans kid and drag kids are just a fad and dies out like Pokemon? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It's, yeah, I just can't say that because, you know, yeah, or stuff singles into him. Yeah, that was my whole point. It's like, why? Why do we need to do this to kids? Why do the parents allow this done to their kids? That just shows that there's a fucking... okay, at age 11, I'm not making any decisions for myself. No child should be making decisions for himself. It's cool that you want to let them be individuals and everything, but you should be held accountable for putting them in a situation like that. Putting him in a situation where he's being groomed by fucking creeps. And you guys are fine with it. He knows what fucking ketamine is, and you're fine with it. It's no big deal. It's just who he wants to be. Yeah. Corey Feldman Jr. over here. That's who he's going to be. That's what it is. Well, I don't wish that on any kids. I would feel bad for fucking Owen if he had to deal with that shit. But I feel like Owen would be the person who would beat it out of his kid. I mean, you see how he handles his dog. You see how he handles his dog. The conversation makes you hungry? Jesus. Fucking A, dude. I do have a few things lined up that I want to look at. Let's have some laughs, and not at the stupidity of the world, but at someone dropped this in the prep bag yet again, and I'm a big fan of Long Beach Griffey, so why not? He's a funny guy.
Why was you in the shower for so long? You usually shower for 16 minutes. You was in there for 35 minutes. Are you trying to be extra clean for another bitch? Anthony, what is this? A book? Don't play with me. It was right here yesterday, and it was moved 2 centimeters to the right. Did you have a bitch in my house? Your ass didn't move it. You don't read. Yo, who...
Oh, so this is when your girlfriend's crazy, by the way.
Who the fuck is this bitch that you all hugged up on? Huh? Who is it? Who? That's my mom. Well, you tell that bitch to keep her hands off my nigga or she ain't gonna have no hands. It's my mother. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that bitch.
This is part 2.
Hey, baby. What's going on, boo? Oh, you looking good. You got a girlfriend? Thank you, ma'am. But yes, I do have a girlfriend. It's okay. She ain't gotta know nothing. Nah, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm gonna have to pass. Yeah, pass me that dick. Your girl ain't here, so you ain't got one. Come here. Let me see something real quick. I mean, since you put it that way, I guess we can. But don't tell her, all right? What? Is that what you say to bitches? When you out fucking around? What are you talking about? Don't fucking play stupid. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, I guess we can. Is that what you say to bitches? Huh? That's what you say to bitches, huh? I don't tell nobody nothing. Oh, you just got it like that. You don't gotta say nothing. They just jump on your dick. What is happening? I thought we was playing. Fuck you, nigga. Go fuck them other bitches that you be fucking. You stupid ass, dumb ass, cheating ass, lying ass. I guess we can.
Oh shit. I thought we was role playing. Oh man, I'm gonna drop his link. I fucking dig his shit. And oh man, like I said, wear headphones and listen to what he's doing for the fucking editing. It is fucking spot on. He transitions from left to right to fucking adjust for who's on camera and everything. He does a very good job with this content, even though it's so simple. Oh, fucking A, dude. Oh, man. Holy shit. Yeah, man. This is the kind of shit I like to watch when I don't want to watch. When I don't want to watch the fucking shitty culture war. There's gotta, I need time away from this shit. Because you have things like this, and we're gonna take a look at this as I go have a smoke because, well, batshit crazy Pelosi. We're gonna take a look at this as I smoke. Well, I don't know. I want to watch this, but I need something, and she's a fucking Looney Tune. Fucking A. Yeah, smoking's bad. So is sucking dick, but you still do it.
To me, a lot more serious when you have somebody who, as far as I know, is not a practicing member of the medical profession calling for an intervention for the President of the United States.
That's right. Nancy Pelosi
it's just downright shameful for the Speaker of the House to say there needs to be some sort of intervention to make the wild claims that he wants impeachment. There is no basis for it, and absolutely no basis for it. It should be called out for what it is. I think she's responding to the radical side of her party. She went into this hour-long meeting and walked out of there and had a whole new tone that is very combative, but it's not going to move the country forward, and I think it's highly offensive, and she's putting words in the president's mouth that just weren't there.
So, you know, it's interesting, Capri, we're reading more and more today about the division in the Democratic Party, right, and those who are really pressing Nancy Pelosi to put up or shut up, basically. You know, I mean, it is, you talked about what you were going to do. We put Democrats in leadership in the House, and regardless of health care, the most left-leaning in the party want impeachment or something like it. What do you do if you're the Speaker of the House? You know you can't do that.
Well, I think she recognizes, and listen, she just said it. We just heard that clip of her saying, you know, President Trump is upset because he knows that we're not on the path to impeachment, and that's what he wants. And there's no question in my mind that...
Sounds like she's trying to sell something to the far left.
Yeah. Well, and she very well may be. There's always,
you
know, I've said this before. Look, I was a caucus leader, nothing like being Speaker of the House, but I do know what happens when you do have divisions within your party. You got to go out there and put some kind of brave face on to try to show that you're on message. And she's basically trying to revamp and say, look, you know, we're not going to go there. Now, that doesn't mean that they're going to stop the oversight process on everything.
She can't stop that anyway.
Well, she certainly could if she wanted to.
Boy, that would be interesting, wouldn't it?
She's not going to allow impeachment to go to the floor. Period.
Diggins?
I wouldn't say that right now. I'm going to quote from the Wall Street Journal editorial because they say it better than I can. The remark about the President of the United States is engaged in a cover-up from Nancy Pelosi. The remark is part of her now daily act of political cognitive dissonance, in which she accuses Mr. Trump of committing impeachable offenses to appease her anti-Trump ultras while opposing impeachment lest it jeopardize her swing district Democrats in 2020.
Yeah.
And there's more of a push from the very left-leaning Democrats because they know that they're boxed into a corner in terms of these investigations unless they start impeachment proceedings. Impeachment proceedings in the House, it gives the Democrats access to more information from the White House, greater investigative tools, and in terms of the White House's power to invoke executive privilege, it narrows it. So the only way that this ball is going to keep rolling is if they begin in impeachment proceedings. And the Wall Street Journal suggests once that ball starts, you can't stop it, and it does head to a full vote.
You know what? You segued us into the next point here. The CBS News poll, what should congressional Democrats do now? Can we pop that up? There it is. Continue the Russia investigation, 44%. Drop it and move on, 53%. We're seeing a tick up in that. Why do you think?
I would say that since the day the Mueller investigation came out, the report was issued, I have been asking the same very...
Crazy Eyes is back. Holy shit. Drop it and move on, 53%. And that was a CBS poll. And CBS leans to the left. So drop it and move on. That's what your constituents want. 53% of them say drop it and move on. Jesus Christ, get the fuck over it already. I want some news about, hey, we're doing this. Hey, this is some amazing thing. I want more shit where fucking Cortez talks out her ass and the Democrats are already moved on. Saying stupid shit like, I don't know this. Nope, that's not what I want. So this is, of course, coming from... this is a snippet that I'm pulling from good old Mr. Benny Shapiro. Well, I couldn't find the clip. We're not watching Ben Shapiro. We're not watching him talk. I like some of his stuff, but he's neocon bullshit. And, well, let's listen to Cortez's stupidity. This is the shit. She's afraid, guys. She's so fearful.
The fear of fellowship is exactly what the opposition does fear. That, and any time Rashida or Ilhan speak, they're scared too. Myself included.
No, you dumb fucking goofy big teeth horse. No one is afraid of you speaking. No one is afraid of you or Ilhan speaking. Maybe people in your own caucus are afraid of you speaking because you put your head up your ass every time you speak. You get that, right? Isn't that the opposition? It's your own fucking party. They're afraid of the next big thing you're going to say. You got money. Fix your teeth. Your gum to teeth ratio is off, okay? Jesus.
And, it is great that they got more than they bargained for.
No, it's not great. No one got more than they bargained for. You haven't done shit. You haven't done shit. What have you accomplished? Let's list it. What has she pushed through? Potentially, and even to get to a vote. Stuff that hasn't been to a vote. I don't know. The Green New Deal. So great. So amazing that they won't even vote on it. Jesus Christ. I smile all the time. Fucking A, dude. Fuck. I can't even force my mouth to look like that. I would literally have to pull up my fucking mouth to show off my gums that much. Fucking goofy faced dumbass. But you make for great comedy.
When someone says that it's too hard to do a green space that grows yucca instead.
Dumbass. This is America. Pronounce it right. It's yucca. We don't pronounce it stupidly like that here.
Instead of, I don't know, cauliflower or something.
A green space that grows yucca instead of cauliflower. Okay, guys, let's do the math. Yucca is a desert-based plant. It grows in drought-tolerant areas. It's not really going to do well if it's getting a shit ton of water. What does cauliflower need? It needs lots of water. So therefore, yes, you can do a green space that has plants that need more water. But if you put plants that need less water in there with them, or vice versa, you're going to run into some issues, you retard. Don't tell us how to garden when you... Oh! Congratulations, you have a rooftop garden. Fuck!
What you're doing is that you're taking a colonial approach to environmentalism.
Oh, colonialism. Because there's some sort of intellect that goes into growing plants. It's colonialism, guys, because you have to separate the yucca from plants that need more water. So I'm going to let you guys sit in that for a few seconds. Sit in that. This is the logic. Colonialism. How about certain things need certain things in order to grow? It's the way that they work. I'm gonna pop it back so you can actually hear the stupidity, because she is literally talking about
What you're doing is that you're taking a colonial approach to environmentalism, and that is why a lot of communities of color get resistant to certain environmentalist movements, because they come with a colonial lens on them. And
all right, everybody. So
I don't want your opinion, dude. You cut off the best part. No one wants your opinion. I just want the fucking clip. Well, we're going back. Benny Shapiro, who actually plays the whole clip. Sorry. Where's it at? Here we go.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Nope. We're going to go ahead and skip. Where you at? There you are. I'm going to start all over.
when someone says that it's too hard to do a green space that grows yucca instead of, I don't know, cauliflower or something, what you're doing is that you're taking a colonial approach to environmentalism. If I went to a predominantly white community and said, okay, you guys are going to be growing plantains and yucca and all these things that you don't know how to cook, and that your palate isn't accustomed to, it's going to be like cute for a little bit, but it's not easy.
So you're saying that because there's plants that are easier to grow in a communal garden space. If it's a minorities neighborhood, you can't bring in cauliflower. You can't bring in broccoli. You can't bring in spinach. Anything that takes more water than yucca, plantain. Plantain actually takes quite a bit of water, but you don't understand the difference. And you're trying to say because their palates are different? Motherfucker, I like plantains. They taste good. They're mini bananas, bitch. Cauliflower is a good substitute for potatoes. Make yourself some cauliflower, dumbass. And fucking mash that shit up. Throw a little butter, a little salt, maybe some pepper in there. Oh, you could even throw some cheese up in that motherfucker. It's still good. I don't give a fuck. Plants and what different cultures use as plants can be used by anyone. Anyone who has a decent knowledge of food can learn to cook anything. So your logic is stupid. Why would I want to eat yucca? It's not, it's aloe vera. It tastes, I'm not going to eat that. I don't live in the fucking desert where that's one of the few things and few sources where I could pull water from. So why would I do that? This is the stupidest statement yet. You realize that you're not saying it's a colonial approach to environmentalism. Why? Because you want people to experience different things? Because people should grow a multitude of things in their garden? Like, come on. Yeah, exactly. We're not living in Fallout New Vegas. We're not living in the fucking Mojave Desert. We don't need to fucking take and make fucking, I mean, technically, it's in the cacti family. I don't need to eat cactus. I've ate cactus before. It's not bad. I've eaten a lot of shit. But just because a communal garden is just that, and you say, hey, you know you can grow this real easily and it's a good substitute for potatoes. That's because the white man. Because of colonialism, guys. This is one of the stupidest humans. Well, do I expect more from her? No, but I'm going to call out her stupidity. That'd be like just giving, okay, I understand you're dense and stupid and maybe you have some mental issues, but if you're just wrong, I'm going to call you out. I got my first strike on Twitter for fucking telling an autistic person I wouldn't treat them differently. That I would treat them with the same level of respect I would treat anyone else, and I would call out their bullshit when they're wrong. And that got me a strike because apparently I wasn't being inclusive enough by being inclusive and treating them like an average human being. I don't give a fuck. She's retarded. She's definitely not a smart person. No matter what, you could take the full context of anything she says and there'll just be blatant stupidity. That's it, cut and dry. There would be blatant stupidity. Dragon fruits are great. There are good things that can be made and come over from different things. But that doesn't mean it's colonialism. Okay, fine. You want colonialism? When you come to America, you can't have beans and rice anymore. Unless it's cooked a white person's way. You want colonialism? No more fucking tacos and burritos. And I like me some tacos and burritos. And I like lingua. And I like other things that come from traditional cantina-style Mexican places. So, let's cut it all out. You want to say it's colonialism? You're a dumbass. You're a dumbass. You're trying to be all Mrs. Communal Garden. Bitch, you know you fucking hate doing it. You're just doing it for your Instagram following so you can seem like you're, I don't know, chili beans. Chili beans, fucking, I don't know, fucking baked beans. But no more fucking black beans and rice. No more Mexican seasonings. None of that shit. Because of colonialism, right? And colonialism is what it's all about in America when it comes to environmentalism. Oh, because okay. No more chitlins. No more watermelon unless you're eating it in a white manner. It's come on. Fried chicken, that's off the table. You want to say it's colonial? You're dumb. This is one of the stupidest human beings to walk the planet, and I will still call out said stupid human being. Because I mean, it's fun to rant about her, and it's fun to point out how stupid it is. And you know what? She's the gift that keeps on giving. She is the gift that keeps on giving. And, well, I mean, why not? I don't see a problem with making fun of her stupidity and her levels of stupidity. So, it's worth it. I'm trying to find, I saw a video earlier where I was trying to find, she was trying to teach people how to cook, using her garden thing. Oh God. I am trying to find it, but I can't find it, so fuck it. We'll skip it. But you have people posting. If you search Cortez, if you search her and then put what is this? Oh no. You put in fucking what's it called? Her name and search today. You'll see people saying for her to run for president 2024 and all this shit. It's like, dude, what? What? This, yeah, no thank you. No thank you. I don't need stupider in the president's office. We don't need that. You're drinking soy so you can be a bad feminist. Okay, we got you. Yeah, well, exactly. Wow, you are either Teddy Breadsticks is way behind or just barely bringing up the thing about the flu. Wow. Oh my God, guys. This is fucking, it's just insanity. But let's listen to, well, the miniature AOC has a new video out, and why not? Let's see what this one is.
Hello, America. AOC here again.
Why?
But this time from Washington, D.C., which is named after our country's first president, George Washington, D.C. Did you know that? Like, I want to tell you about my plan to single-handedly save the planet. I call it the Green New Deal. I picked green because I'm still learning my colors. I came up with my plan after watching like the most important documentary on climate change. It's called Ice Age 2, The Meltdown. That's not me saying it. That's science. My Green New Deal will cost like $93 trillion. Do you know how much that is? Me neither. Because it's totally worth it. If sea levels keep rising, we won't be able to drive to Hawaii anymore. And I just got this electric car. It's eco-friendly, and everyone has to drive one under my deal. And that's why I bought one for my boyfriend too, legally, using campaign donations. So, you bought it for him. Did you know that? Did I tell you not to speak? If you say one word, you're driving a pink one.
I haven't seen that. Oh, fucking hell.
I do the same thing to Pelosi and Schumer. Well, gotta go because the streetlights just came on. Good night, Venezuela.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. So after her first video that the parents uploaded, there was a bunch of like backlash and shit. And they actually did a video where it was supposed to be her mocking her parents. Like they left and thought she was still recording a video. If you haven't seen it yet, you should look it up. She's fucking, they're giving her good shit to work with, and dude, that's some funny shit. It's a Barbie Jeep, so it's okay. Flu shot spread the flu. Well, technically it is flu. You know? Poor kid. Why is it a poor kid? It was a spoof. It was poking at the fun of when the left parades their kids out and uses them as signals and other things. It's okay. But if the right does it, or they poke fun at someone on the left, no matter their political beliefs, then they're in the wrong. And oh my God, the children. But they they don't mind poking children. I mean, it is the left, and putting them in drag clubs. But yeah, so oh man. Well, I guess we'll end with making you guys a little frustrated. Oh, I'm sorry. You get to listen to this horrendous shit. No, I don't want to stay informed. Parents say proposed California health curriculum makes us sick. Sacramento rally, May 8th. Rally and hearing at the California Department of Education May 8th. Parents with informed parents of California feel physically sick to their stomachs after seeing the sexually explicit health curriculum the CA State Board of Education plans to approve this week, or next week rather, recently. Fucking A. I don't know. This was May 8th, so it'd be last week. The California Family Council will join hundreds of other parents throughout the state as they deliver a strong message of outrage to board members at a May 8th hearing at the Department of Education. Prior to the hearing, informed parents of California plan to hold a rally across the street. Parents did not sign up for this kind of sexual indoctrination, said Jonathan Keller. The state of California should not force moms and dads to choose between participating in public school and protecting their children's innocence. No student needs to be exposed to this graphic, explicit material. It's child abuse. Although IPOC leaders have problems with large portions of 1,000+ page health education framework, which guides curriculum development for the next decade, they highlighted 4 recommended books to show how offensive, reckless, and immoral the framework is. The link below provides excerpts to these recommended books. Be forewarned, it's sexually explicit. Changing You, A Guide to Body Changes and Sexuality, a book for transitional kindergarten through 3rd grade. It includes graphic close-up illustrations of child and adult genitals and the sex act itself. Who are you? The Kid's Guide to Gender Identity, a book recommended for transitional kindergarten through 3rd grade, teaches kids they can be a boy, a girl, both, neither, gender queer, or gender fluid, and that adults guess a child's gender based on body parts. What Happens to My Body, books for boys. A book recommended for 4th and 5th grade boys, teaches kids slang words for male/female genitalia and masturbation and about having sexual fantasies. Sex, the all you need to know sexuality guide to get you through your teens and 20s. A book promoted for a school-wide read event for high school students, introduces or encourages anal sex for all sexual orientations, BDSM, body fluid, or blood play, fisting, and a long list of other sexual debauchery. What the fuck? Hold on. Let me flip to camera before I pop this up, because even if it is informative, it would probably still catch me a strike. Let me see. I want to make sure. Okay. There's no images, so we can take a quick look at it. This is the book. And I'll drop the link if you guys want to learn about this, since some of you probably don't know anything. Sexuality Guide through your teens and 20s. Deeper Manual Sex. More involved, manual sex is colloquially called fisting. Okay, cool. Oral cunnilingus. Oral fellatio. Don't choke. What the fuck? Sensation play. What? Experimenting with different sensations throughout the body, not just genitally. Kinky sex. What? Role play. When to take a break. If intercourse is uncomfortable, painful, or just big yawner for either party at any point, just stop. But BS. Men who enjoy anal sex, whatever their orientation, may enjoy being the person doing the entering. What? BDSM, bondage, restraint, body fluid or blood play, sex toys. What the fuck? Physical activities? This isn't a joke. Non-physical sex activities? What? Arts and crafts, safer sex style? What is this? Finger cuts? What the fuck is this? Oh, we're getting into shit that I probably can't show on on YouTube. What the fuck? And they're suggesting this? They're suggesting this in high school to high schoolers. This is for high schoolers. Now, I'm going to go back to one of the ones that they say for, where is it? Fourth graders, 4th and 5th graders. Let me make sure. I'm actually still showing it on the screen, so I can't actually make sure. Hold on. Okay, this just is, I'll just read through the, we'll just look at the, what's it called? The chapter titles, okay? What's happening with happening to my body? A book for boys. This is a 4th and 5th graders. Contents: sex, male orgasm, female orgasm, sexual intercourse, making babies, sperm, ejaculation, ovum, ovulation, fertilization, pregnancy, birth, everything you want to know. Beginning, changes, and stages of puberty. That's understandable. That should be taught. An owner's guide to sex organs. Penis size. What? Why? The long and short of it. About average. Measuring up. Myth about penis size. Make your penis longer and thicker. What? Circumcised and uncircumcised. Puberty, growth spurt. Height growth spurt. Weight spurt. Change of shape. Whatever. Pimples, preparation. Changes in the reproductive organs, ejaculation, etc. How old are you at when you're in like 4th and 5th grade? Spontaneous erections, orgasms, masturbation and wet dreams, girls in puberty, romance and sexual feelings, just friends, crushes, homosexual feelings, dating, falling in love, birth control, feeling private, AIDS and other STDs, feeling guilty, sexual crimes, rapes, child abuse, some slang. Hold on. Clitoris. Clit. Bud. Pee. Man in the boat. Spot. What? Oh, man in the boat. I've never heard that. Oh, shit. Why? Why? Yeah, I've never heard of it. Vulva and vagina. Box. Muff. Stuff. Quim. Thing. Hole. Honeypot. Beaver. Snatch. Poontang. Pootie. Slit. I avoided the common ones that we all know because YouTube doesn't like them. Sexual intercourse. Some people call an erection a boner or a hard-on. Oh my God, no 4th grader needs to know this. If a couple wants to have intercourse, they get close enough together for the erect penis to be able to enter the vagina. They press their bodies together and move so the penis slides back and forth. What the fuck? This is what they're teaching. There's a sharp, intense, pleasurable contractions in the whole genital. What? This is written by Will, 46. Why do you have a 46-year-old talking about things to teens and not even teens, 4th and 5th graders? Well, it feels like a sort of neat sensation in my genitals and body that builds up and goes off, a sort of wave of good feeling throughout the body. The spurting part, when the semen actually comes out, is just a jerky kind of thing. What the fuck? They give you the slang of boys sometimes have the idea that once you start having sex, you stop masturbating. What the Yep. 4th and 5th grade, guys. Let's see what their gender identity for kindergartners. Let's go back to me so I can double check it. Okay, here we go. This is very short. This one's really short. And there's nothing. Who are you? The Kid's Guide to Gender Identity. Some people say there are only 2 genders, but there are really many genders. For some people, there are more than just 2 choices. There are just a few words people use, and then it has, of course, two-spirit. Yeah, sure. And this is an actual chart. What is liking? What is liking? What? A kid. Oh, this is up to like 3rd grade only. I'm gender fluid. How would you know? You're in fucking 3rd grade. I'll just describe it because I don't know if it'll get me popped. This is another kindergarten. Changing You is the book. And I'll pop a view on it because it shows a lot of shit that I wouldn't show a kindergartner at all. Because what does K to 3rd grade have to do? Transitional K too. So that means kids who are coming out of preschool. It shows a picture of a boy character holding a picture of a penis that says inside seminal vessels, prostate gland, testicle, penis. So it actually shows a breakdown, close-up view of a penis in a kid's book. Jockstrap, good idea for sports. Some mornings, it's not just the sun that rises, talking about morning wood. Then it goes to a woman talking, not a woman, a little girl character, and it describes the vulva consists of 2 sets of labia. And then it describes it, and it shows the inside of vagina, fallopian tubes, ovary, vagina, clitoris, labia. Then it shows when a man and woman love each other and decides they want to have a child, they will do something called sexual intercourse or having sex. This is when the man lies very close to the woman and puts his inside her. It feels good for both the man and woman. They will hug and kiss and cuddle. This is a very special way of expressing how much they love each other. And then it shows how a baby is born with sperm and an actual drawn out what would be a penis in a vagina. And then you'll never find me. Tee-hee. The egg is hiding from the sperms. Are we kidding? Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Found you. Oh, God. This is the shit that they want to teach pre-K to 3rd grade. Are you fucking kidding me? Then it also shows cartoon characters of body changes from very young to mid-age to adult. Same with little boys. What the fuck? I'm going to drop the link so you guys can actually look at it. You can do that. I just don't want to get popped on this because, well, it's YouTube. And even though it's a teaching tool, I mean, technically they will probably fucking pop me for it because I've said other things that are, whatever. This is how transitional kindergarten through grade 3. Like, why? You don't need to show kids this. They don't need to start sexual ed until fucking, I don't know, at the earliest 6th or 7th grade. No kindergartner needs to learn this shit. No, this is not for 5th grade. This is for kindergarten to 3rd grade. Transitional kindergarten through grade 3. What I just dropped, the link I just dropped, this is included in what they want to be part of the curriculum for fucking the next 10 years. Get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked. Get fucked. Why would you do this to kids? You don't need to do this to kids. Yeah, 6th, 7th grade. 6th, 7th grade. That's it. They don't need to see this shit that early. Why do you have to fuck with children's innocence? You're sexualizing them early, therefore they become more prevalent and more sexual, and by fucking 12 they have a kid, by 15 they have a kid. What the fuck? Oh, I know why. This is fucking out of hand, man. It's not liberal. This has nothing to do with politics on either side. This should be not fucking allowed. I used to be a center-left person, and I've gotten shoved further and further to the right because I can't be a white person and have an opinion. I can't be a white person and challenge fucking stupidity. I can't be anything. So this is not liberal fucking shit. This is creepy fucking pedophilia bullshit. You do not need to show a 3rd grader this shit. I know I can laugh at things and find the stupidity and levels of stupidity really, really heavily and laugh at those things, but this is fucking well beyond it. This is well beyond it. I don't give a fuck what your political stance is. If you want to teach your kids these things, teach them it at home. You do not teach them this in a public school where other kids might have to see this shit whose parents don't want them to see this shit yet. Let's let kids fucking have imaginations. If they start exploring and fucking flirting with the opposite sex earlier in age, so be it. But that's them at that level, not adult influence. We don't need this shit for our kids. I don't even have kids and it fucking disgusts me. I can only imagine these parents who went and contested this shit. This kind of shit should have to be passed in a vote by multitude of parents, not just, the Board of Education. This kind of shit, it's fucking out of hand, man. It's depressing, angering. Okay, you want to pander to these small groups of people. So you write a book for fucking, kindergartners who don't know any of this shit. You have to have some sort of teacher who's going to read them in and explain these things to them. You get that, right? So you're basically setting up your teachers to groom children. Do you not understand that? You're teaching them things they don't need to learn. They aren't at the age that they need to learn this. I don't mind kids being taught sex ed at 6th, 7th grade when their bodies are actually changing, when these things are actually going on. But they don't need to see it. Why did that happen? They don't need to see it here and now. Let's see what we got sent. This is a palate cleanser. Sorry that I forced that upon you, but you need to know what the fuck's going on. And if California starts doing it, then other states will start doing it. So don't fucking spread it out there. Share that shit. Let me find I'll give you the actual article and you can link to it and fucking share it on social media, because I don't have social media technically. I do what I can here to share it. So share that out. Let it be heard. Let your voices be heard. Let's take a look at something that's a palate cleanser, and then we're going to dip. Can I have that bird? Can I have that bird? This fucking sounds just like R2-D2. I don't know. I don't know if he's humping it, what he's doing, but he's trying to nest it. It looks so delicious. I thought that it's going to be a bad situation. The bird flies up and hits a fan. Oh, poor little dude. Oh, well, we do know birds and dogs and other things. You're people, Frozen. Anyways, guys, I'm going to flip over to some memes. Oh, there was a... Hold on. I had something that I saved that we'll play as the outro. And, yeah. If you haven't watched Game of Thrones, well, get the fuck out.
At least the good...
And it's going to mute. I'm going to mute it. So, it's about 2 minutes if you want to stick around and watch it. I'll throw on some music and I'm going to fucking get off camera. But thank you everyone for watching. Throw a like on your way out if you haven't liked the stream yet. It does help. That is a massive help. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another episode of AfterNoonWave. And definitely go check out Revenge of the Sis right now. They'll be starting in about 10 minutes. So these are all Game of Thrones memes, okay, from episode 6.